Are you thinking about buying a home in Burlington or one of its surrounding cities? Maybe you're a first-time home buyer, or you haven't bought a home recently and you look at the complete home buying process, and when you see it, you might get a little bit overwhelmed and find it challenging at times. And to be honest with you, you're not alone, as all too often I see home buyers make simple mistakes that could easily have been avoided if they knew about them. So in today's video, I thought I would break down these 7 biggest mistakes I see home buyers make when they go and purchase a home. Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, I thought I would break down the 7 biggest mistakes home buyers make, causing them extra headaches and extra expenses. Because at the end of the day, the majority of these mistakes here could have easily been avoided. And from one of the wisest people, and one of the people I look up to, Warren Buffett's quote is, "It's great to learn from your own mistakes, but even better to learn from mistakes of others." And that's exactly what I hope to be sharing with you in today's video. So let's just jump on into it with the mistake number 1, which is not getting pre-approved. So I have talked to a lot of first-time home buyers and just buyers in general for that matter, where I ask them, hey, you've been looking at homes now for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Have you actually gone ahead and talking with your bank or mortgage broker to get pre-approved to see how much your financials will actually allow you to be paid? And to be honest with you, it's surprising when I chat with a lot of people. One, it's either because people don't know that that's the very first step, or two, they think, hey, I have enough for the deposit, so I'm good. Why do I need a pre-approval? Well, you need a pre-approval because right now in Burlington and the surrounding areas, you're not gonna have a chance really to put a condition of financing in because it's such a hot seller's market. So one, you don't wanna waste your time going to see homes that you could never actually financially qualify for. But two, when you do find that home, you wanna make sure you're pre-approved so you can act quickly and put an offer in and not have to worry about all the financials when you're on that quick turnaround. So if you haven't been pre-approved yet and are looking to get pre-approved but don't know which mortgage broker is right for you, feel free to send me a message. I'd be happy to connect you with some of my partners that are absolutely amazing at their job. But let's move on now to the second mistake I see way too many home buyers make, and that is trying to time the market. And now this is something I've really heard a lot of chatter about recently, as over the last couple of years, the Greater Toronto area and especially the Halton region has been rapidly rising in home prices. As overall, when buyers see the home prices, they think the home prices are just going up and therefore the prices must come down at one point. And while yes, that might be correct, you don't know when the home market's gonna crash. I don't know when the home market's gonna crash. And if you are gonna wait until the home market's gonna crash, you're probably gonna be losing out. Instead, what timing you should do is when it's right for you, when buying a home is right for your lifestyle choices, because at the end of the day, you're buying or you're moving to increase your lifestyle, and two, that when you're financially ready. As overall, the Burlington real estate market has appreciated in the last 20 years by 9.6% a year. That means that home that was $1 million 2 years ago is $1.1 million last year, and as this year is $1.21 million on average. So if you continue to wait for the crash, by the time you're ready or you've given up on waiting for the crash, you might be priced out of the homes that you were originally able to buy. So if you want to have a better understanding of what's happening at a local level of the Burlington real estate market, feel free to send me a message. I'd be happy to break down to you both the supply and demand on where I believe the projections for the Burlington real estate market is going at the time of you watching this here. But other than that, let's move on to mistake number 3, which is not understanding your needs and wants and your deal breakers. So this should be one of the very first things you do after getting pre-approved or around that same timeline, is sit down and write out what your needs and wants are, from your deal breakers to your must-haves. Because at the end of the day, when you're walking through a home or have a home showing, you're gonna have about 30 minutes in that home. And that's to decide if you're gonna put an offer in to purchase it. And this is one of the biggest financial commitments of your life. So you need to make sure that that commitment is correct. And I see all too often people that are disorganized and don't know what they truly want because they haven't taken the time, that they walk in and then they see the cosmetic, beautiful kitchen, maybe a beautiful den, living room, and they can just envision themselves living there without ever really factoring in that, hey, this is an extra 20-30 minute commute to your work. So make sure that you sit down and you understand your needs and wants so that when you go into the home, you can be directly comparing how well this home matches up to your needs and wants. And not only that, by knowing your needs and wants, you can provide your realtor, whether that's me or another realtor you choose to work with exactly what you're looking for, as they'll just be an additional additional pair of eyes, as they can't help you find the home of your dreams or the home that works best for you if they don't know what your needs and wants are. And this actually ties into the fourth mistake I see too many home buyers make, and that is trying to buy the perfect home, especially when it comes to cosmetics, as all too often I'll walk through the home and then the buyers are really focused on the brand new kitchen or the brand new ensuite bathroom. And while those things are great, at the end of the day, most likely you're not going to find a home that matches your exact style and the way you want to do things, as at the end of the day, the cosmetic repairs and fixes and renovations are typically the cheapest and easiest things to do in a home, whereas the things you need to be more paying attention to are the structural repairs of the foundation, the roofs, the walls, any water damage, the electricity, plumbing. These are all things that you need to think about when buying a home, and not fall in love with the cosmetic repairs, as it's a lot easier to fix that than a crack in the foundation, or if you're buying a home in a bad or rough neighborhood. And then the next mistake I see too many home buyers make is not understand all the financial obligations and responsibilities comes with when buying a home, as there's a lot more cost to it than just the purchase price when you're purchasing a home. But not only that, is the worst thing possible is when you find that home, you've been pre-approved for it, you get that deal accepted, and then in that time period of when that home closes, you go out and get some extra financial obligations, whether that's, let's say, a brand new car. And then when it comes closing time, not only is your mortgage possibly going to be rejected because your financial obligations have changed since your pre-approval, but two, you might be a cash shortage to pay all the additional fees that come associated with it, like an appraisal, whether that's a home inspection, whether that's lawyer fees, whether that's the property or land transfer taxes. So if you want a complete breakdown of all the costs you can expect when buying a home, feel free to download my free PDF where I go over my Burlington buyer's guide, where I cover all the additional expenses that you might need to consider when buying a home. And then the sixth mistake I see home buyers make is go directly towards the listing agent and try to cut out the buyer's agent's commission, helping them save money. Well, they might not know that one, buyer's agents are completely free for a buyer to use, as our commission is paid by the seller, but two, the listing agent's commission is also paid by the seller, and they're also already representing the seller, and their obligation to the seller is to sell it for the highest amount possible. So if their commission's paid, they're already clients with the seller, who do you think they're going to favor in that transaction, the buyer or the seller? Well, 9 times out of 10, they're going to represent the seller to the best of their ability, and that's one of the reasons why it's so important to use a buyer's agent that can actually help you understand what the true market value is for the home, making sure you're not going to be overpaying on a home, but two, they're also going to help you walk through the home and notice any deficiencies that might deter you from buying that particular home in itself, because at the end of the day, that selling agent or listing agent is trying to sell that one particular home, where that buyer's agent doesn't have any skin in the game and just wants to help you get the best home for your buck. So definitely reach out to a buyer's agent if you haven't already, and if you don't have a buyer's agent, feel free to send me a message. I'd be happy to represent you on buying a home in Burlington or one of its surrounding cities. And then the final most common mistake I see home buyers make is putting too much emphasis and weight and trust in those online home prices for both the home evaluations, where you plug in your address and it spits out your automated price or home evaluation. And one, how could they truly know your home evaluation if they've never stepped foot in your home? As you and your neighbor might have similar homes, but you've done extra renovations. All it does is take the general thing without ever actually looking at the home quality or the home photos, and just gives you a number. And it's even saying that one of the biggest companies, Zillow, has come out to say that their Zillow's estimate is not always accurate. In fact, to give you an estimate, Zillow's own CEO sold this home for 40% less than what the Zillow's estimate gave him. So right there alone, you can't believe in those online algorithms. But then the second part is so many people are looking on realtor.ca or another home search thing and are looking at the list price and thinking, well, if a home's listed for $700,000, it should sell for $700,000. Unfortunately, that's not the market we live in, as at the end of the day, the list price is more of a marketing strategy depending on the realtor you're using. As I know some realtors that will list above the market value to negotiate down, others will list at market value just trying to get a few quality offers, and then some realtors will market way under value, trying to create a multiple bidding war. So the best way to truly understand the home's price is through a comparative market analysis that any realtor can go ahead and give you, comparing the recent solds and looking at the actual insides of the home. So I hope now you have a better idea of the common pitfalls too many home buyers fall into, causing them extra headaches and way too many additional expenses. And if it has, make sure to smash the like button, as it truly helps me out. And if you're thinking about moving to Burlington, Ontario, the next video I'd recommend you go check out is where I compare and contrast the best neighborhoods in Burlington, Ontario. So go check that out. And other than that, guys, I hope you have a great day.